Alright guys, this is the Momocon video that we took a poll on and everybody seemed to take a little interest in. I'm just going to talk as I walk across the floor here. This is all pre-recorded and I'm recording my voice over it later. As you can see right here, there's a LARP area. If you don't know what LARPing is, you can go look it up. I don't really have time to explain it.
Why not?
No, I'm not explaining it.
Tell us more about LARPing.
No. Anyway, we're coming up here on the like trading card game area where you could play mostly Pokemon. As you seen just a second ago, they had a booth set up where you could buy cards. You can play Magic the Gathering, you can play Yu-Gi-Oh! Just about anything you can think of in this main area was for card games and board games and the like. And then now we're starting to come up into the arcade area where the machines actually were. This first area that I'm about to come up on, it's a brief part of the rhythm game section. You can kind of see them playing a little bit. It works like that Osu game. I don't know if you've ever played it.
I haven't. I only really know DDR. Did they have DDR?
Oh, they have tons of DDR. That's coming up. See how these guys are kind of, you can rewind it and check that if you want to. It's kind of fast. But right here we have like the classic arcade area. There's lots of Pac-Man here. There's like Galaga, tons of stuff. There's just an arcade gaming banner to let you know where you are. There's
oh shit, they have banners? Let's go back and look at that banner one more time.
No, fuck your banner.
That was a sick banner.
No, it wasn't. See, there's Pac-Man. I don't know if, yeah, I got a little bit of it watching them play for a second. Some witch and some woman. But over here, I don't know what's in that back corner as I never actually went over there, but this is the free PlayStation. Here they had everything set up. There were SNESs, there were like NES minis, there were Wii's, everything in the station right here. You could come up and you had to show your ID and they would check out a controller to you and you just went to whatever machine it was synced to and you could play. It was actually really cool. The funniest thing I've probably seen in that area was a guy starting a brand new file in Breath of the Wild, and I was like, what are you doing? Like, you do not have time for that here. But here's the DDR stuff, and there's a few just regular dance games, kind of like Dance Central, that would have been on the Kinect. This machine right here in the middle that the two girls are on, Ian made a damn fool of himself here because he thought he still had it, and he doesn't. There were quite a few different DDR machines here. This one, I can't remember the name of. You can barely see it. Something Prime, I don't know. But it was like a knockoff of DDR that kind of is still being updated because DDR is not really a thing anymore, sadly. This is the other side of the free play section. It was the console tournament edition, or not edition, but console tournament area where you'd sign up and you'd come over here and you'd play in the concert. Jesus, I can't talk.
Do you want to?
No, I'm good.
We're good.
Nah,
we're good.
I'm good. We come over here and you play in the tournaments, and then I think, I didn't play in any, so I don't know this for a fact, but if you win in there, then I think you come up to one of these cool neon-looking stages, and that's where you played for everybody, like in the seats over here to get to see. And they also streamed this on Twitch. I don't think I got that because I recorded this on the last day, and they had already taken down their Twitch booth, but they had like casters and everybody over there that was like going over the games that were being played, and it was just a really cool experience.
That's awesome. That's really. What are some streamers that were there?
I honestly don't know if there were any pocket. Well, Maximilian Dude was there. He had his own panel. Speaking of Max, here's the fighting games area. This place I'm gonna go ahead and pause the video right here for a second.
Yeah.
But right here is this. I'm trying to think of what it's called. It's Blaze Blue Cross Tag Battle. This game's not even out yet as of this recording, and they had a cabinet over here. So,
that's badass.
So that was really fun. I really wanted to get a shot at playing it, but I didn't get to because these guys are incredibly good, and I didn't want to embarrass myself. But as we continue to go on here, they had a little bit of everything. They had some Tekken 7, I think was the newest one. Yeah, right there. They had Tekken 7, Street Fighter 5. Around this corner, I think they had, it was another Blaze Blue game, and I want to say Melty Blood. I don't really remember. And then over here we had the Dragon Ball Fighters cabinet.
Oh, awesome.
I really wanted to get in on this, but like I said, I would have just flat out embarrassed myself because these guys are pretty damn good. And surprisingly enough, here is the only racing game in the entire floor.
Was that Initial D?
I don't know if it was Initial D.
That was a big old D for something that wasn't Initial D, I think.
You're right, though. You're right. And then as we come over here to this area, there's a bunch more rhythm games. And when I say that, I don't necessarily mean like DDR. It's kind of like the...
like the ones we saw earlier where they're just smacking the buttons and
yeah,
stuff.
it's kind of like a padded version of let's say Guitar Hero or something. They're playing like a bunch of anime themes and like all sorts of stuff.
That's cool.
I'm actually not entirely sure what this like light up cube game
This
was.
looks incredibly fucking weird.
Yeah, I think it was some sort of like casino type thing, but that thing was packed out all the time. I'm also gonna pause right here for just another minute. I can't quite see the name of this game. I've got a picture of it that I'm sure we'll throw in the video. But what you can't see is this guy that he's sitting here playing. He's got 2 gun controllers as if it were like Time Cop. But this game is essentially like Heroes of the Storm. You pick a hero and you run around, and it's got control sticks on the guns, and you use the guns to fire. And you can,
oh shit.
Yeah, and even if characters have like swords and stuff, that's just where their abilities are.
Right.
But you can juggle people in the air. It played like Devil May Cry. It was super cool.
What was this shit called again? Gunslinger or something?
It's Gunslingers. I don't remember. But
we'll find out.
The picture I took is far better. You'll see it soon.
Well, that sounds really neat.
Yeah,
Okay,
it was probably my favorite game I played here, next to the Gundam pods that we'll talk about in just a minute. Here they had a really complicated
holy shit
drumming game that Ian actually got pretty decent at. And here they had a Guitar Hero.
I love the way that shit looks.
Yeah, it was a Guitar Hero type game. It wasn't necessarily called Guitar Hero. I have no idea what it was called. But we're going to pause on these again. Or we're going to pause again.
Yeah, I want to hear about these.
Okay, I don't know what they're actually called because the entire game was in Japanese. I couldn't tell what I was doing or playing or anything. But they're essentially Gundam pods. And I don't know anything about Gundam because I never really watched any of them. And when I did, I couldn't quite get into it. But Ian tried to explain it to me a little bit when we were in there. The one team is like the Gundams. I don't know what they are. And the other team was whoever opposes the Gundams in one of the shows. I can't remember. But essentially, it's a pod that you get in. I wish I could have got some pictures of the inside, because like what blows my mind is no one was guarding these machines whatsoever. Like you just got in this line and you played as people got out. Like you could play as many games as you wanted. Now, of course, that's gonna piss everybody behind you off, but fuck them. Ian did it.
I'm in a Gundam.
Yeah, for real. But anyway, it's a team-based game. And all of these Gundam pods, I imagine they would be in 2 rows of 4 because it's 4v4 teams. And each pod has its own built-in like mic in it and like stereo system, so it literally feels like you're in a Gundam pilot seat and you can talk to anybody on your team. And the screen in front of you that you can vaguely see right here through the tinted windows.
Yeah.
It was kind of like Jesse's setup here with the 3 screens, except it was one giant screen and it covered all the way to your peripheral vision. And it was freaking amazing. It was the coolest thing I've ever played in any arcade ever.
I just remember whenever they first started rolling out VR arcade machines, and there for a hot minute, those seemed really cool, and then the novelty faded away. But this looks actually legitimately awesome.
They were amazing. Absolutely the coolest thing.
Speaking of VR, what's this fool doing?
This guy is playing that game called Beat Saber. By now, surely you've seen a video of it. And if you haven't, it's right there on the left. And he's playing the VR, over there swinging his arms.
Yeah, it seems really cool.
Maybe we can put a link to that in the description if you want to check out that game. It's really cool. And then right here, they actually had professional stream setups. And I signed up to jump into one of these, but by the time my time was going to come around, we had to leave that day. And these are like full crazy blown rigs that would never have problems like we do.
Yeah.
But this area is actually the tabletop gaming area, not like the Yu-Gi-Oh cards, but this is like playing Munchkin and like Settlers of Catan.
Other style tabletop.
Yeah, and they actually had a lot of tabletop stuff there that you could just rent and go over there and play with your friends. You didn't even have to pay for it. And now we're coming into the DreamHack section. I spent a lot of time here. That was a little pause of me asking the guy if I could come in here and film because I don't want to get in trouble. But there's essentially, I think, 4 rows double-sided of this entire floor over here. And they are all these crazy strong machines. They had Steam on them. They had Origin. They had Fortnite, PUBG. They had a ton of popular games that people are streaming right now. And they were beasts of machines. I wish I had one. They were so freaking cool. We'll throw in a picture of those actually as well because I took a close-up one of it.
We'll throw in a link to our donations so that you can buy us a gaming computer like these.
Yeah, and then it'll come straight to me. No, I've also got a picture of this entire area that's not as wobbly and quick as this video is going to go by, but we'll include that at some point as well. I think we're coming towards the end of the game floor here. I think I'm about to go back out real quick and take another look at the tabletop gaming area. Maybe you can see it says tabletop over there. Yeah, we're coming down to a close, really. It was the most amazing gaming floor I've ever been on. I'm gonna get a real panoramic shot real quick. It was enormous. It was probably twice, maybe 3 times the size of the dealer's room. I'm definitely going to be returning to Momocon, if only for this gaming room. It was a freaking blast.
Hell yeah, I'm gonna try to make it as well. Thanks so much for taking this video, man.
Yeah, man, it was great.
It timed out really fucking good.
Yeah, you can cut that. Like, I don't want that blur. You can cut out when it says Momocon.
I'll probably leave all this in. You did a good goddamn job.